It's an old Proton. Wait, 905, 98.
Wira? Is it
Yeah,
Wira?
it's a Wira. It was a Wira. I think it was a Wira in that game. Let me check. Tommy McKenna Rally Cars.
Yeah, we did have Wira joining Rally before. I think that there was an article I read a few years ago about the story of the Rally Wira. It still exists. He still owns it.
Oh, nice. Okay, the cars in Tommy McKenna Rally. Ford Escort, Strange Bus, Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4, Nissan Almera, Peugeot 106. Oh yeah, the 1997 Proton Wira. There you go.
So should we start the podcast now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I have no idea how to cut that one.
Just cut the Proton, the 1999 Proton out of context.
Out of context, Proton starts the show. Welcome to dia.log, the Game Matters podcast.
Welcome. What episode is this?
103?
103.
3. Excellent.
What a car day. What a car. Hold on, let's introduce the panel before I start set up a joke or something. You see the panel, we have Danial over there.
Hello.
And the other side is Anan. And I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. And guys, have you figured out how to cover your car? Like, if you park it outside, and you should maybe consider putting covers on your car, especially if you're parked under a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because of, like...
The bird.
Yeah, but residue is one thing. I'm thinking about, like, rubber, as in, like, the saplings from the tree.
Oh, yeah, residue. Sap.
Pro tip, be careful with parking cars under mango trees. They are annoying. Like, if you can put a cover on there, like, but that's the thing. I was looking around for covers online. All of them are grey. Like, I want pink. For some reason, I want a pink cover.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can put a googly eye in the front and 2 round red ovals at the back. So I can cosplay my car into the Carby.
Oh my god.
I go.
That was a setup. Carby.
My god, people are go crazy. But the Vo icon Kirby just recently swallowed a car, and now everyone knows how he swallows a car. He covers it from the top. No, he doesn't swallow it from the back. That's stupid. That's not how you put a cover on the car. I don't know. Some people still think that as an apparition, but I just see cosplay opportunities for cars.
Mm-hmm.
Look, at Shopee should have more listings of car covers in pink in the next 2 weeks. That's my prediction. That is the thing I want to will into existence. So then people can just slap in googly eyes at the front and then call it the Carby. Funnily enough, that's how in Japan they see the name,
Hoshino Carby. Yep. Hoshino Carby. I just remember that.
Yeah, cars aside, how you guys been doing?
Really lah. I am half dead since I took my booster. So tapi itu biasa lah. The booster knocking you out again as usual.
The usual updates lah, as always.
Yeah, the 5G, the slow down 5G update.
Antivirus.
Ironic. Ironic, just like
update slows down background process.
yeah, just like Windows 11 when I accidentally updated it back in January.
Oh no!
It slowed it down, and then now it's like I think like the update made use of the weird ass Ryzen thingy, and then it's now faster. You know the deal.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna install Windows 11, I'm gonna do fresh install instead of upgrade.
No, accidental upgrade.
Yeah, accidental. I mean, even if it's accidental, I'm gonna wipe all my hard drive. Whatever.
Imagine an accidental upgrade. Oops! Jab in the back. Oops! Now you're vaccinated. I'll wait until the official rollout for that appears. So yeah, video games. What you guys up to? I see a lot of video games on there.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the rare 2 weeks where I play games. Like new game.
The rare 2 weeks.
Speaking, a new game.
And yeah, and we are officially in February. The deluge of video games has happened. And whoa, what a conversation of new games, huh?
Interesting.
Do you want to start with the expected conversation, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Okay, I'm looking at the docket here, and there's a possible 500-hour game. Have you been playing that weird game called Sifu?
Yes, but I thought that was a setup joke for another game, which I would have said no. The obvious game. What that joke?
The game that literally advertised itself as the 500-hour game.
Oh god.
I didn't thought about
play another
the joke.
zombie game.
No, I didn't thought about the joke. So shout out to you, Daniel, for putting a setup. But then you went somewhere else. You hit another basket. That was for another point on the docket. But hey, look,
apparently we have 2 500-hour games.
No. Just one. No.
Just one, okay.
Sifu is not a 500-hour game. Let me just say
it could be.
It could be.
Okay. We're gonna have this conversation first. So let's go with the day of February 8th, 2022, where there is a game that has a very cool looking art style. It looks rad and also plays well, but also kinda hard and maybe difficult and will consume you. Oh, sorry, not 1, 2 games. That was OlliOlli World and Sifu. Somehow 2 good indie games come out at the same time. Since the lawyers have left the building about OlliOlli World, I just want to mention here, OlliOlli World's great. OlliOlli World's the bomb. Goddamn, OlliOlli World is good.
Oh, like a contender for best indie game.
Oh, that's on the. I would even reckon might sneak into the top 10.
Interesting.
It's that good. It's like, I've mentioned about.
I mean, we don't have a lot of getting games.
Yeah, it's still early days, right? But still, I mentioned about the ramping up of the difficulty, right? I didn't mention that almost halfway after the game, halfway through, the tutorial ends and the real game starts, and good god, that game is you really need to be in the flow, you need to be in the zone to just and do all the stuff. And when you nail it, you feel very good. And you don't nail it, you just keep on repeating, and then you have a banger of a soundtrack. And shout out to the guys, to the folks that somehow discover these artists, these tracks, because these are not new for the game. This has been released in 2015 or something like that. Very old music. And when I played the game and then I searched through on the YouTubes, because I don't use Spotify, I use YouTube for my music. most of the songs there have only seen like even 2 digits of play, like 10 views. They are very underrated. Those, but man, I haven't checked back after that. But I hopefully it's been at least past the 1,000, because man, those songs are fire, man. It's like lo-fi, not just lo-fi, like lo-fi. If you listen to the those 24/7 streams, like those lo-fi songs are like too mellow. Like I want like too mellow the artist energy, like you have like poop something like you can focus on, but it doesn't get in the way. It's like they you have like good tunes like tum kata tum. It makes you like gets your mind in the right place. But it doesn't like take your attention away. So it's that kind of calming tunes. But I'm using the OlliOlli soundtrack for my work, when I want to like do productive stuff. That's the kind of music they've put in, which is amazing choice, by the way. We don't have a best music, so a shame. But yeah, OlliOlli is great. But here's a thing about Sifu. This game is awesome, and it will wreck you hard.
Oh no.
You will be pummeled over and over again, going through the same motions. Oh man, this game is so good, but also maybe a bit hard to recommend, despite it being like if you compare OlliOlli World to Sifu, right? People are hyped about Sifu compared to OlliOlli World. Now that I've played both, I would recommend more players to give OlliOlli World a try, because at least for OlliOlli World, the way it ramps up the difficulty is like very nice, very subtle. It is difficult, and if you want that challenge, it's there, and you will be rewarded for it. But if you want to just go through it, just do the bare minimum, it's good enough. The game says okay, you pass. Claps all around. It's okay.
No
you have fun.
No clap.
For slow claps, Sifu, each time you die, they slow clap you.
Look at you.
Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. Sifu starts strong, where they do the tutorial as an intro, the intro level, and they make you feel like awesome and very powerful. You can parry almost every attack. And then you keep on just beating everybody up until you reach to the top of the place, and then you meet the guy that you want to beat up and kill, I guess. Because this is a martial arts game, right? So you kill people with very strong hit attacks lah. So, and then the dramatic, if you have watched kung fu movies, or you have like, maybe not, I don't watch kung fu movies that much, but if you have like the very basic understanding of the appeal of kung fu movies, action movies, right? It takes all that boxes. Like even the first boss fight, so to speak, is like super cinematic, where you go into the rain and then it's just one-on-one, and then the the big drums, like the big Chinese drums.
I mean, it's like watching Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah.
Played very like dramatically, and then this is good. And then turns out you were playing as the villain. There was a kid hiding in the closet, seeing there's a kid, a 12-year-old kid hiding in the closet, seeing his or her, you can play as a boy or a girl. Their master getting pummeled by this
bodied.
Basically bodied into submission and death. And then you see all this like figure. Okay, this big guy that you play as, that's the big leader, and then he has his own like consorts, or the what's the word?
The gunde.
That not gunde maybe, but yeah, his associates. Let's say that. So you see all that, and then apparently those are all like the boss fights that you need to go, because 8 years later, You grow up into a strong 20-year-old person and you are out for revenge. You want to get all of them. And hold on.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's the point. Okay. So
That's the point.
from there, you have like a detective board has like a lot of information. Like, oh, where do I have to find? Okay, this is the guy that I need to beat up. This is the person that I need to find. Oh, this is the information regarding what activities they have done. Like, hold on, am I playing Deathloop or something? Because the detective board reminds me a lot of like the investigations that you do in Deathloop, where you piece together a murder puzzle. And also in Deathloop they have like very basically the bosses, right? The very distinct VIPs that you have to kill. In Sifu, you basically kind of like do that, where you have to like, there is a list. The botanist, the CEO, the leader, stuff like that. The artist, like you have to like take down one by one. And then you enter a level. And it's a linear process, as in you just go from point A to point B. There are branching paths for later on. And you just fight. But here's the big first gimmick about Sifu. If you die, you can revive on the spot. Sekiro Shadows die twice. Sifu revive 5 times, I think.
Sifu revive 5 times. Nah, that time I won't stand.
But there is a monkey paw curling each time your character revives, because there's like you can see in a pendant that they carry at the back and it's visible. You have like 5 lives or something, and then each time it is consumed to revive you, it will oh, you lose 1 life, you lose piece of the pendant, and also you age by some years. Here's the thing about aging. Like, you die, and then the counter of the death counter goes up by 1. So if you revive, the sum of that death counter is added to your age. So if you die for the first time at age 20, you die, counter goes up to 1, so you revive, you now age 21. You respawn on the spot basically, and people are confused like, whoa, he's back.
What the fuck?
I thought during the lead up to Sifu, like, I thought the reasoning of this, that basically you go back home and then 2 years later you come back and then do the same sequence again, and then you just happen to like restart all at the same point. But no, you basically age up every time you die. Like, wow, like even the people are like noticing it, oh?
What?
Okay, this is next level fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
Like, at least they okay, that's weird. But then, okay, here's the thing. Each time if you die again, counter goes up. Okay, by this example, now it goes 2. Now if you revive again, you're back to 23. And then you can see the snowball effect here. Like, if you keep on having death being added, and then you keep going to the 30s, and then you go to the 40s, and then the 50s, and then until you reach age 75, that's the hard limit. Old man, old person, I don't know, the character doesn't have a name. Let's call them Sifu lah. Okay, all person Sifu at age 75 is the hard limit. If you die there, that's game over, and then you have to try again. Which is weird. And then there is a mechanism that counteracts back that if you I haven't figured out the mechanics correctly yet, but if you do well enough, you can get the death counter to go down to 1 tick down. So basically you get spared more, you added more life age to your life. I guess you have extended your lifespan in a way. And then the pendant, the 5 life is also like you can regain the lives again, but to a certain extent. Like, I think if you hit the 30s and then you hit the 40s, you will lose permanently 1 or 2 pendants. So you are hard capped by how old you are. And the older you get, like you also like change the stats a bit. the older you are, the harder you hit, but also the more glass cannon you be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Old man bones lah, brittle bones, easy to get hit, but you hit stronger, something like that lah.
I'm pretty sure there's a plot about Jackie Chan punya Kung Fu film. But I don't remember which one.
I think a lot of there are like supernatural things in Sifu, so the aging mechanics, I guess, is like will be defined, will be explained in lore in the game, because I have seen like shenanigans with magic, and also you have a skill tree manifested as an actual tree that grows each time you unlock a permanent skill. That's the thing. And also, Sifu is a bit of Sifu is weird in a way they implement, like, it's not a roguelike per se, but I won't call it a time loop game as well. Because there are elements like, okay, you unlock a skill, the first time you unlock it temporarily for this run. If you invest it more, and then you get how do I put this? You can unlock them permanently, but it requires you to spend XP for multiple times. Like I think it was 5 times to unlock it permanently, and it carries over across runs. So one run you did a failed run, you died halfway through or something, but you have invested in unlocking that skill for like 3 times, you need 2 more to unlock permanently, that carries over. But you still need to like invest the first time to unlock the temporary version, then you can invest in the permanent version, which is okay. Why? And then it goes weirder. The game is like separate into levels. Level 1, you start at age 20, and then in level 2, you will always start at the lowest age that you finished the previous level. So, if you start the first time and you die a lot, you revive a lot, and then you have to, and then you ended that level with what, age 50 or something? Good luck with level 2 at age 50, it will kick your ass. Very hard. So, the trick is to go back to level 1. Make sure you get a good run where you don't age too much. You can go to level 2 as young as you can. And like, what? So this is the part with Sifu that kind of like I don't jive with. Is that you have to go back to the same levels and make sure you hit everything perfectly, then you are merited access to at least progress to the 2 more levels, because there is no like options to tackle different bosses first, or let's do level 1 first, and then and then the other run, let's try level 2, and then if you go back to level 1 it's scale higher. No, that's not how it works. You have to tackle each level sequentially, and by each level the difficulty spikes very very hard, which is like making showing the message that, hey, you probably should go back and like unlock some permanent stuff, and get good. Okay, thank you, bye.
Okay, I can see why people are complaining about the skill gap then.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was like, Sifu is just like, it's one of those action games that require like a lot of like very precise button presses to make good of it, which is still true. The parry window is very small, like very very small. You can really mess it up. But the best thing about the parry is that if you mess up, like, okay, the opponent is doing a combo on you, right? Okay, first hit you miss, and then you can recover back at the second hit. So it feels like a kung fu movie, like there's a back and forth to it, which looks freaking rad. But yeah, the spikes are very hard. It's less that the game I think the problem is not about the fundamentals of the combat system. It's the way the game is structured. Is what I believe people are having a hard time. Like I personally have a hard time like doing level 1 over and over again for like the for 3 hours.
Oh no.
That's why I'm not saying this is a 500-hour game. I was ecstatic at the first hour, and then oh no, I have to do this again and again and make sure I got the perfect run. I think that's the fault of Sifu lah. It's there. The game is very good, but it requires like you. How do I put it again? Like compared to OlliOlli World, it's like smooth sailing. Like Sifu, no. You have to play like this. Make sure you are good like this, then you can make progress. So that's the problem. Like even the first level is kind of short, by the way. It's like I believe like 20 minutes run, something like that. 101 is fun. When you fight the bosses, that's cool. I mean, you just do like a lot of light attacks, and then it's like kind of like the usual turn-based kung fu style where you do your combo, they do their combo, and then you block them, and then you find opportunities to break them. That sort of style. But when you do the multi-crowd, when you battle in a crowd, right, where everyone can swarm you, and guess what? People can very excited to hit you from behind with a jumping punch to the head.
The running bonk.
And no, this is not Batman Arkham Asylum. You cannot counter that with a hit of a button. Oh no! Positioning is key. The game very badly teaches you that dodges are free and you should use dodges a lot. It teaches you to parry, but parry has its limits because the game has they call it structure. You can also call it the Sekiro posture meter or a fighting game stun bar.
Thanks.
Yep. Basically, you can take chip damage if you block, and if they deal enough chip damage, you can basically get a free kill if you do it to an opponent, but the opponent can do it to you. So if you are fully stunned, well, that's an easy one to kill. Like you die very easily. Like I think 3 hits, good hits, free hits, unblockable hits, and then off. Do you want to revive? Yeah, that's Sifu. A word of warning going into Sifu. It's not the sort of it's hard, and I'm not complaining the game is hard. I think games should challenge you in some way or form, but the structure will probably wear some people down. I'm feeling weighed down already, and I think I just spent like less than 5 hours in. I'm still like, oh god. The fact that I've like playing Sifu, I'm now playing it with rage, with anger. Like every time the enemies like get a good hit on you, and losing your nerves, huh? God damn it! It's those kinds of games where the enemy taunts you, but when you get a good hit on them, they don't react, and you are left unsatisfied. Like I cannot even hit the dead body multiple times. God damn it! Let me release my anger. I need a release of my anger. They have like riled me up. Let me
kill them all.
Let me punch the body multiple times out of spite. I'm that kind of guy. Just let me release tension. So oh man, that's why I like the Shadow of War games. You can mess around with the AI. Yeah, the AI, the orcs will like taunt you and everything, right? But then you can mess them up. I have like committed a full run making one pesky orc that decided that he's so good that he killed me like at least 3 times. I made it an adventure, a personal vengeance to make sure to shame him. And by shaming, I believe it's technically like damage the mental psyche until the orc like basically doesn't function mentally well. And I keep on leveling them down into a, and but still keeps him alive. I basically tortured the hell of that orc. Yes, I know that is a very bad thing to do, but this is a video game. Let me experience this in a safe and non-judgmental way, so I will not do that in real life. So yeah, Sifu. Good button presses.
I mean, even OlliOlli as well, good button presses as well.
Oh yeah, that's why that's the best thing. Both games come out the same day. And both of them hit this basically the same notes. Only
Keep the flow going.
Oh yeah. If you have the flow, Sifu definitely works. It's a matter of, oh man, the flow is like so hard to recover to get back to the flow. But if you get there, it's fun. Sifu's fun. Just a word of warning, because there is no easy. You cannot enjoy the game in easy mode or something similar. You have to like that. You have to. You have to like eat the dish as it being served.
No, tak kira lah pedas as heck lah.
Oh, handle it.
You have to.
But some people
Do it however you want.
For some people, spicy is what they're looking for. They want that challenge. And for those people, Sifu's a good time. Not for everyone. Please make more games like this, but make sure to put a label or something. Yo, this game, careful. This is spicy game.
Spicy.
But will it be as spicy as the other game that's coming out next month?
Next month?
Oh, the Ring of the Elder.
Oh, you mean later this month?
Yeah, later this month, yeah. No, it'll be a good question. Which one is harder?
Yeah.
Sifu or Dark Souls 5? You have to see.
I mean, Dark Souls games sort of requires you to get into the flow in some sense.
Yeah.
But I think it's like Sifu or OlliOlli.
Oh yeah, I think we've discussed how we crack the code of Souls like then. The game is very simple if you figure it out.
Yes.
I don't think Sifu still needs that like very good button presses similar to OlliOlli would. You need to know the buttons. You have to get that flow. You have to like find a way to adjust. If you play while you're thinking too much, and if you button mash, no, you cannot progress.
But I want my button mash.
There's a game called Samurai Warriors 5.
No, the recently announced Fire Emblem Warriors is also coming out. That's also a button mash.
Oh yeah, but that game is comfy junk food. Go have at it. If you want simple games and make you feel good, obliterating thousands of mooks in one hit. Oh yeah, that's the game. But for those who
go play Samurai Warriors.
Yeah.
Any Musou games. Musou games, button mash. What else? Bayonetta? I think that.
Yeah, Bayonetta is also like. No, that's also less. That's I think like more
combo, but you can just button mash away.
Yeah, you can button mash as well. Yeah,
there is an easy mode for that. I think the difficulty does cater for the button mashers, but the game is more known for the hard bits. Yeah, it's like if you like most action games and I guess most platinum games, if you're gonna go there, foreshadowing. They are more known for games that have like high skill ceilings, and that's why games like Vanquish didn't do well. Okay, maybe hold that thought. What other games?
Next time.
We gotta move on. I think that's a 30 minute in one. 2 games in 30 minutes.
Lightning round.
Uh,
Let's go for another lightning round.
unless you want to do you want the listeners to know what exactly the potential 500-hour game?
I mean, like,
And yeah, it's not Danial 2 for the record.
I like, like we just talk about that like before. Like, I played the original game, and it's like it's a so pretty game. Like Danial 2 is just more of that, and I like speaking as someone young that I think as if everyone else is fatigued with zombie type games. Ironic, like last year, like before last year, 2019, like we don't have any zombie games in 2020. Due to I guess a very good reason, we don't have.
But you don't want that.
But now it's doing the renaissance. Like we literally had a game about parasites that came out in January, and now we have another Zombo game.
Oh, don't forget the other Left 4 Dead game that
Oh yeah,
may or
Black
may
for
not
Blood.
be as good
Yeah.
as Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
I'm not in the position to call it, but some people are already arguing if it's actually any better than Left 4 Dead. Question mark.
I mean, it's just Left 4 Dead with iron sights.
With aiming down sight.
Yeah, iron. Okay, so I guess like since we are talking about shooters and the fireworks.
Yeah,
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it. The mature
yeah.
something.
Timely, perfect
I
timing.
really am. the
Shooter.
fire. The gunfire started. Yeah. Okay. So, good transition. Good transition. Since we are talking about gunfire and rockets, I've been playing too many shooter games over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I want to
And-
ask why.
Salah.
That's
Okay,
just
like-
you. I've already settled down. Yeah, that's,
So
that's a Daniel thing. It's fine. Let him do that.
okay, so like I don't know why am I start again last episode I talked about my new obsession of playing this weird ass CRPG semua. But now I'm playing 5 different shooting titles in one for no good reason other than it's out. Okay, let me try this. And then like fall into the hole. So I think we'll start in the beginning. I played. I think like recently this battle royale game came out for what's call it? What's the get? It's something to do with chicken and winning.
What is it, huh?
Is it? No, it's not Fortnite. I think it's PUBG. Oh no. Yeah.
Why are you playing PUBG now?
It's free to play.
2021.
I mean, hold on. The fireworks are going ham. The comedic timing of fireworks, I swear. Okay, so it recently went free to play early in January because nobody's playing PUBG anymore. So might as well open the floodgates to everyone and anyone. And it is interesting playing this game after all the updates. Because I remember watching like back in when it launched back in 2018, it was quite rough. It's still using the Arma engine, but they ported over it to Unreal, so it looks janky as hell. Even though the jank is still there, but it plays quite smooth now. I don't know, like maybe it's me, but I do like myself a nice what that thing that if you play something you get positive to, is it
Dopamine.
dopamine? Yes, because PUBG since it's now free to play, there's a lot of new kids playing. So like if you're playing at level 1, so basically you're starting at a level 1 lobby with all these new kids on. cross-play, so there's also Xbox and PlayStation players. So basically, and if you're using a PC, basically you're bullying these kids.
Oh, yes. Bullying kids. Last time.
Pub stop mall.
Yeah, that's
PUBG
like,
stop.
come stop. And they cannot do anything about it since it's free to play. And I think, like, unless, because you need to be in level 10 before you can enter the rank mode. So basically, the first 9 level is just a free for all. It doesn't matter if you're a Smurf account or someone who lost touch with the game and wanted to start over. No, this is the actual Wild Wild West. You're fighting with kids who are playing on controllers or playing keyboard and mouse for the first time, and they have no idea what they're doing. You literally can curb stop them if you wish. But when you reach the rank mode, the game will go, and they literally now every time you log in, it will go rank mode, because by level 10 nobody's playing the unranked modes anymore. Weirdly enough, it's just the first 9 levels, because I think they have like SBMM, skill based matchmaking, so they will match with your level and all. So by level 10 everybody's playing rank. That's where the sweat modes, play shots. I'm going to shoot you from across the building that is literally far away type of players. And
it will hit.
And it will hit. Yeah, it will hit. I've been killed like so many times with that. But when you play with a squad, ooh, killer. It's fun. Perfect. Like, okay, I can give you an example of a normal match in PUBG. You drop at the map. Let's say I'll give you, I think the Myanmar base map. Myanmar, Thailand, I think it's Sanduk, that's what it's named. Like, there is a few places where you can drop, where there's a lot of loots and a lot of people. So that's why you start it off. And then when you have some stragglers, aka the console players, you can just, pop, like, two shots to them. They wouldn't mind. And then when the circle closes in, everybody goes scrambling around. And I think that's where the fun starts for this type of games, where everybody is shooting any place anywhere. Like, this is like, if you're out from an outsider perspective, and you might think this battle royale game like alamak, killing people for fun. Yet people are, this type of people like myself don't mind, and I understand that. But I don't know, like, it is those dopamine hits that when you finally beat, like, I don't know, it's not even a pro player, you don't even know their levels, but it's a rank mode, so everybody's already quite good. So when you finally win a match, it's actually nice. And I think, like, so far I've won, like, out of, like, a week play, so let's say 7 matches, I think I won, like, 3 of them.
Oh, that's a nice percentage.
Yeah. Tapi itulah, it is one of those games, like, you have to try it to make sense, because it is quite a user-based experience, which is why people keep playing this game even after how many years? 4, 5 years?
Yeah. Let me check again.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 years, because it's released in 2018. So that is like a very long time. And I think, like, people are now hyping up the next, for the new version, New State. Okay, so okay, speaking of New State, I remember because technically you can play the new PUBG. Why do they call it the new PUBG? I have no idea. On PC. Via an emulator. So basically, you're playing a mobile game on PC via an emulator with other emulator players. If that makes sense.
The levels of of enabling bullies in battle royales has been astronomically high, as I've discovered throughout this conversation.
That's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just right for bullying.
Yeah, the new game, the new state one, you can play on PC via they're really literally, like, Krafton themselves have made this very specific emulator so that you can play this mobile games, but in the new state on PC. And oh boy, it's actually quite intuitive. And I think that this version is where they are trying to experiment stuff. Like for the new version, the new state, they are going to introduce like team deathmatch mode, which is unheard of for a battle royale game to add something that is traditional in a sense into the gameplay stuff.
Are we going to party like 2004 again? Wow.
If 2004 is most or less like that, it's more of everybody's going to get a sniper and then just shoot people from across the reach. If that's your explanation of a team deathmatch, then yeah, that's PUBG's version of deathmatch.
Shout out to Unreal Tournament 2004.
Ahead of his time. So I've dabbled in the PC version, the new version on PC via emulator. So my third shooting game of these 2 weeks was a bit more traditional. I guess it's quite controversial as well, since it did launch at the time of our recording. I think it launched back on Thursday, 10th of February.
Yep.
So the game we're talking about is Smilegate's Crossfire X, and oh boy, where to begin?
Begin anywhere, because I probably don't have much info about the game other than this is a Korean made shooter. Why have you fallen into the Korean shooter hole, Daniel?
Oh yeah, but yeah, you're correct. This is okay. So
why are you
into
the K shoot
from the West? Have I traveled from the Western CRPG then in Russia or Eastern Ukraine? Now this took a plane to the gaming edition version of a gaming plane to Korea for no reason. What next week I'm playing Lost Ark or what Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, that's crossing borders for that. I believe the answer is Black Desert Online.
Black Desert Online. So for those who doesn't know, Crossfire is a Korean made game by Smilegate at Smilegate Entertainment. It is for those who are old, for the old age of 25 and up. This is that game where you keep seeing your friends playing the game and then yelling at the monitor for 5 to 10 minutes every time. Yep, that is that game. They have remade it into a new engine, the Unreal Engine, and it's out now for PC and Xbox.
Shout out to Unreal again, I guess.
Yeah, it is an Unreal game. I forgot about that.
The engine that powers the gaming world alongside EP.
And okay it is. Oh wait, it's not on PC. It's not on PC yet. That's later on. It's not on Xbox only for now. So this already for people then. This already a recipe for disaster. A competitive Korean Asian shooter on a console that is mostly Western. But they do have some help with Western developer, i.e. one Western developer, which is Remedy Entertainment.
Back to Scandinavia again.
Okay let's go for positive and negatives, because there will be a review coming out next week for this one. And because I've already finished this game. And I am not ashamed to say that I didn't wait for because there is some issues redeeming the campaign for Xbox Game Pass. But I have bought the 2 campaign DLCs for $18, so that's like 70 ringgit. Which, okay, before we go into the pros and cons then, if Call of Duty starts doing this type of model, I wouldn't mind. Like you're playing half price because
just the campaign.
For just the campaign. I wouldn't mind paying because it's $9 each for the campaign. So 40 ringgit. So okay let's say Xbox want to charge it I don't know, $20, $30. So 80, put 120 something. I wouldn't mind paying for that. Because I don't like the multiplayer at all. Tapi I think that's the only thing that I can say about the positives about the campaign. Well, besides the bonkers story lah, or as I like to call it, oh yeah, this is just Remedy doing their bullshit again. Because okay, so I've completed one side of the campaign. There's two sides. There is the hero sides. I think they call it Global Link. While the bad guy sides. Okay, Mac, what is the bad guy punya nama? What do you think is their name?
Something one word and it sounds insidious, but it's actually
Yes.
a silly word like Archon or something. What is it?
It's called the Blacklist.
Wait, what?
It's called the Blacklist. That's it. The good guys is called Global Link, while the villains are called the Blacklist.
Okay, that's well below my expectations. Oh my god. You playing Need for Speed or what? Oh god, damn it.
The best part, okay, the campaign kan, the best part is that I like to say it is the hybrid of everything that makes that the guys at Remedy have done, but without the EC, basically without the feeling, without the good story. Because you have a graph protagonist, with a bad name. His name is Hill. That's it. Okay, then you have the slow-mo, the bullet time, but they call it like what's the name? Like adventure. It's like it is copyright-free bullet time because Rockstar still owns the IP of that now. And we have the story is that they have to recover a person from a generic-looking Russian place that's doing supernatural bullshit that somehow connects to the future.
Oh yeah, that's Remedy. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Like just supernatural bullshit that connects. Yep, that's Remedy there. And then there is halfway through the game there will be a dream sequence where they said that you let them down. And very floaty gunplay. Like the way the gunplay is, I don't know who's at fault here. Smile Guild or Remedy. They did work on the campaign because whatever, like, because the character you play is also in the multiplayer as well, like a la Call of Duty, whatever. But the gunplay is very floaty. It feels like Max Payne 2 meets Quantum Break. Like actual weapons, but it feels floaty as well. Like there is so much so good. Like for the campaign, do you know what they did? Every time you kill a person, they will do a twank, like Hans Zimmer twank, to make sure to indicate that, oh yeah, you've killed the person already. Like every time you shoot people, okay, you kill that person.
Okay.
So like every time you like a juggernaut, like a big boss guy, you have to shoot, and when he does that, okay, he's dead. I
don't know, I find it charming though.
Yeah, I find it charming as well. Like, because people are complaining, like, I've read like a review in progress by IGN. They didn't like that because it's very tacky. But like, you're paying $8 for this campaign. You get what you get. Like the second campaign, I've just started like the first mission. The second campaign starts with you jumping down a helicopter into a moving train as you have to shoot down the Global Link guys as they want to rescue your operative. Like, yeah, it's campy as hell. You have to jump onto a train. It's already crossed off a very specific list where games with trains, a train sequence has been met. Yeah, like there is some glaring issue with the games, like the hitching. Like this, like there is bad hitching all over, like during gunplay. I think because I think the flare or something on this, and this is the Series S, so it does chug along at times. Because if you play multiplayer, oh boy, ooh,
No good. No good. No.
yo, if you're fighting someone with the Series X, ooh,
I see.
So
Bullying
this is-
ensues.
This is the first time I've seen bullying for console-specific bullying.
Console specific bullying.
Yeah, because like there is some like it's not like you're teaching, like you're shooting and then stop and then shoot again. Like, oh my god. But it's fun. It's really fun actually. Because I think like okay lah. I'm not gonna say that this might be a cultural difference because I've also played Crossfire during my high school days. I'm also one of those guys can yell at every 5-10 minutes after a bullshit shot because my ping is probably 200 comparing to the Korean guy I'm fighting with.
Which explains the very specific example.
Yeah, that's why. So, like, Crossfire, coming back to Crossfire X and this remake of the original, it's not for everyone. It's like Sifu, it's not for everyone because this game, there's two modes. There is modern and classic mode. Modern is basically like Call of Duty. Capture the flag, capture the flag, demolition, whatever again, with iron sights. But if you want to play like team deathmatch ataupun team deathmatch or TDK, like the classic mode and everything there, and there's no iron sight, so you have to play like CS:GO but on a console pad atau keyboard and mouse if you connect to it. Like people saying that the game is bad, like nah, it is a unique taste.
A quiet taste.
Yeah, a quiet taste. Imagine if we're the only ones yang give this game a good review, a 7 or whatever, and the rest is just 3 and 4.
People are gonna question us our taste then.
I mean, my taste is already garbage, so might as well.
And I will stand by it. Don't worry. We will stand by that. That's what we think about it.
Okay. One more thing to say. Okay, remember the discussion we had before we start the podcast? Does this count as even though people are saying this game is terrible, does this count as a trash fire game? If one of us likes this, like it bad.
Here's the thing. Like, I think the spirit of trash fire games is not just games that are incompetently put together, but you also elicit a very specific emotion, which is all the bad ones, as in frustration, sadness. Okay lah, the good thing is that we laugh at the tragedy, but that's the best emotion that came up from trash fire words. That's what I believe to be that spirit. But if you like that game, I don't think you're gonna pile it in. You're gonna burn it in there and pile it up with the rest of the garbage.
You cannot put a trash fire game if it's good.
If one person says Balan Wonderworld was a good game last year, it would have not been landed there. I would have like restrained all my very specific complaints and critiques about it, because one person in the team says Balan Wonderworld is good, fight me.
That's why tak ada. Like I would not say that Balan Wonderworld is a good or a bad game, tapi itulah.
We've already stated our opinion, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that if there is like, I will entertain opinions and thoughts of games that might be objectively not that good, but somehow someone in the group found it subjectively good or subjectively enjoyable. It should be something else. It shouldn't be lumped together with the rest of the trash fire. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? We might even put a category just for this sort of games.
What so bad is good?
That's the thing. Like, we have to not make it a backhanded compliment. We have to figure out not to say, hey, why this game got award, because it goes into the not so good awards. We will like it anyway. Like, why? No, I feel bad. I feel bad if some people, if the developers see and like, we sort of give them a consolation prize or something by doing that. It's like, but yeah, we still we'll figure out how to celebrate it properly without like making too much fun of at their expense, at the game's expense.
I mean, even though it's bad, like people see it's bad, but it's really bad. Because every day again, it is a video game. You can't choose to not play a trash game.
Hey, if that person chooses the game and they felt bad about it, that's a bad game for them.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. But remember, Battlegrounds World has good money being spent on the visuals. The visuals, I still believe, is to be pretty good. And you know what? Let me side tangent into the VTuber rabbit hole. Do you know that one fan animation channel? I forgot the name, but there's like a claymation stop motion animation channel for the HoloLive EN VTubers that they have made.
Yeah.
That looks a lot like Battlegrounds World's art style, and people are praising it. Oh, this looks good. And you know what? Battlegrounds World has good art style. Why am I defending Battlegrounds World? God damn it! I think that game's trash.
I mean, there's always a good quality.
Always.
I mean, okay, it's like watching a glorious dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire, but it's like you cannot take your eyes away from it. There is the merit to it.
I'm like, the reason why I love playing this Crash Fighter, it's like watching a bad B movie, like by starting out Steven Seagal or Bruce Willis or Gerard Butler, because goddamn, he's in a lot of B movies right now. You want to see the cheesiest bullshit movie ever.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. So you get what you paid, man. You paid for Grown Ups too. You with your conscience, you are going there, going to the machine after going to the counter and saying, I want one ticket to Grown Ups 2, and then saying it is trash. Mate, you paid for it. It is people's taste, I guess. I mean, I'm not playing Dying Light 2 or Horizon Forbidden West.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like the Horizon series as a whole. Tapi 2022, we can choose whatever we want.
And you said there as 20 million players have played Horizon Zero Dawn. So people can have their food whatever they like. They can have their games whatever they like, and I think that's worth celebrating. Not everyone has to like the same thing.
This is the Aeon food. The video games is basically the Aeon food court. There's the chicken rice place, there's the noodle place, there's the very cheap ass Western, tapi somehow you keep going there for some reason.
You know that Western food is just like buying all those frozen food from the supermarket aisle, then put that at the back of the store, and then they just fry it now. But you still go there for it because it's good.
Yeah, I mean it's like that one specific frozen food product you just keep on buying over there. It's like, I'm not gonna buy this again, shit, and then just keep buying it again. Oh no.
Some people want their comfy food.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want their comfy games.
Yeah.
Comfy games. I think that's a better word for it. Comfy games.
Mm-hmm.
Comfy.
It can be objectively a terrible game, but it brings comfort.
As long as you feel good about it, anything else doesn't matter. Comfy games. Put it in the note. That's the name. I think that's the name.
Oh, look at that.
On that note, should we transition or we gonna rant into another balloon wonderful hole? Oh, God damn it.
I don't think so. Let's not go back to the supposedly Wonder World.
I would rather go to the Wonderlands, even if it's cringe. Anan, do you
Yes.
want to bring something to the table?
Yeah. Bring some potluck food into this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been playing some new games. I've been playing like it's an old game, but it's new to me. Okay, thanks to the recent Lunar New Year sale on Steam, I obtained a game called Long Dark. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Mm. So yeah, the Long Dark. How should I say? It's a survival game. It's a first-person survival game. But instead of, let's say, having enemies like zombie or I don't know any kind of human NPC enemy, you fight against Mother Nature, and to be specific, winter.
Ooh.
The cold is your enemy. So that's the very basic premise of the Long Dark. There's no zombie, there's no like human NPC, as in human enemies. Just you versus the cold, and some animals, of course, like the wild animals. So yeah, okay, let me check. I have
I
something.
think the longer I've seen HoloLive in the group, HoloLive played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Where that's where the birth of the the sociopath that is Susie came from.
Hold on.
Oh.
We're gonna put a question mark on there because I think you're confusing it with another game.
Oh yeah, I think I'm confusing another game.
That's Project
okay.
Winter.
That's Project Winter. Oh, no.
That's Winter Amogus.
Winter Amogus.
The Long Dark is a survival game also set in winter. It's like like what? I think it was like one of the early access games on Steam, right?
Yeah,
So
it used to be early access, yeah. Okay. And I don't know. Maybe I think I should say this, but this also can be a 500-hour game, to be honest.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Long Dark is played by Niji Sanji, the other the other big idol group. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, let me check my notes again. Okay, it's a game made and also published by an independent studio called Hinterland Games.
Yep.
From Canada. Oh,
of
Canada
course,
representing.
Canada.
Of course,
They know.
Canada.
The winter as the enemy is basically just Canada simulated.
Yeah, it's just Canada in essence. First-person survival, vice, nature, and refrigerant. Okay. When it comes to the gameplay, there are 3 modes. A campaign, story mode, survival mode, and challenge mode. So when it first came out as an early access, it only has the survival mode, as in you against nature, and that's it. But eventually they released the campaign modes and the challenge mode. The interesting thing about the campaign or the story mode is it's episodic. So and it's released gradually. So let's say they release episode 1, and then sometime later they release episode 2, 3, and the most recent one is episode 4, I think. Let me check again. And they will release until episode 5, I think. Yeah. So they want to make something sort of like a movie, episodic movie, but in video games format. Mm-hmm. So since 2015 until the development has been quite long. So 2015, even it's still not finished, strictly speaking, when it comes to the survival mode, the story mode. Also the survival, I think they will improve over time. The campaign, you play as Will Mackenzie, in search of his ex-wife Astrid after they crash landed from their plane due to a storm. Yeah. Of course, the challenge that entails survival mode. It's where you as a player try to live as long as possible. As in, as long as possible. You can reach like 10 dozens of hours of this. And when you die, your save is deleted.
Iron Man mode.
Yes. Like no matter which one, whether you take the easy mode or the hardest mode, you die, you lost everything.
Oh,
Start over again.
Or for those familiar with Minecraft hardcore mode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, basically that. Yeah, but with Minecraft, you can craft like I don't know anything you want. But this one, you just need to live. And then there's the final one, the challenge mode, where it has several, I would say, objective. For example, one of them is rescue, where you have 7 days to get rescued. So move from point A to point B in 7 days, and I'm not sure whether I haven't played the survival and the challenge mode, so that's just the gist of it that I explained. Yeah. I've been playing the strictly the story mode, the campaign, and I'm on episode 2, chapter 3 or something, and it's still, I haven't finished episode 2 yet, and I almost reached like 20 hours. So by the end of episode 4, it's probably like 60 hours. I don't know. So even the campaign mode's like a lot of payoff when it comes to the time played value of money that I get. Yeah. What else? Okay. The core gameplay is you versus Mother Nature versus Winter, to be specific, and your health bar called condition depends on four basically meters for stats: your body temperature, your fatigue, your thirst, and finally hunger or calorie, which is basically the same. So either of those you empty, you will reduce your health bar or condition bit by bit. So let's say you get hungry, as in the hunger meter is 0, and when it reaches 0, you only have something like 4 days until you die, provided you don't do anything else. For thirst, I think it's like 2 days. Fatigue, like 3 days too, I think. Body temperature will make you die in a few hours. So that one's the most important.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you keep all these 4 stats up? Okay, for body temperature, you need to manage your clothing, and then sit and then get indoors or sit beside the fire. So you have to make fire. You can make fire, or you can go inside indoors to warm up. Then fatigue, you need to sleep. And thirst, of course, you drink water. And hunger, you need to eat food. And when it comes to hunger or specific calorie, all your activities, even existing, it will deplete your calorie. Let's say you're standing up, even let's say you don't do anything, it will just go down bit by bit, like in real life, basically.
oh no.
Yeah. And then all activities, specific activities like harvesting, let's say harvesting clothes from old clothing, it takes calorie. Let's say a few hundred calories. Harvesting meat from animals, a few hundred calories, of course, and also it takes some time. And sleep, of course, even sleeping takes calorie. So yeah, you really have to manage your calorie intake. Yeah.
I mean, when you go sleep, you're hungry. So what the?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if I read somewhere that eating an apple can give you enough energy to sleep for 2 hours. So in essence, they make you realistic in a sense when it comes to the mechanic. What else? Yeah. And then I haven't played the survival, but even the campaign is pretty difficult if you're not used to it. As in trying to balance all of this for stats, the body temperature, the fatigue. For body temperature, of course, one of the way that you keep your body temperature high is by sitting beside fire. So you can go indoors, or by indoors means you're not in freezing cold, so your temperature will rise a bit slowly, or you can make it faster by sitting beside fire, which if you're outside, you have to make it yourself. You have to harvest firewood, and then you need to get fire tinders from sticks or like from old newspaper, and you need to have matches. you need freaking matches to light up stuff.
I can see matches being a scarce resource in the wilds.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they have flames as an alternative for the survival, because what I have been playing in the campaign mode so far, not all of the one available in survival available in campaign mode. So I don't know like the full range of items that I can get. So yeah, just so that. Starting fire, you have chances of success. So it's a gacha game.
Oh no!
Oh no! And the chances of starting a fire decreases the windier it is.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So if you're like a blizzard or strong winds, you're gonna fail pretty quick. But you can boost it with accelerant. So you can have specific resource for accelerant that pretty much like 100%, almost 100% fire. Yeah. And if you are in a windy spot, you can go to a non-windy spot, let's say beside rocks. And then you can get higher chances. So you need to manage where you start your fire and stuff. Yeah. And to keep the fire going, you need to, of course, put more fuel, put more how do I say this? Put more fuel, branches or wood chips. What else? Fire logs, coal. There is even coal. Yeah. Oh yeah. Interesting thing about coal, you need it for the forge. So there is a metallurgy, metalwork. You need coal so that the forge can reach up to temperature.
Okay, that's clever.
Yeah. So instead of just burning any wood that you find, because wood fire can only reach a few hundred, right? So you need specific fuel to get up to temperature. So yeah, there's some cleverness in that. What else? Again, your enemy is winter and nature. So by nature also means wild animal. So there are two animals that are pretty much your enemy: wolves and bears.
Of course.
Yes.
Bears.
Wolves and bears. Canada, of course. And then there's the two animals three animals for food. Deer. I'm not sure whether deer and rabbits. There's also moose, but I haven't found it. Moose because Canada.
What is it? What's the plural for mooses?
Moose.
Hey, at least nobody says Musa, which is even worse. You know what the plural for Lex is? Lexi.
Lexi. What's the plural of Axis?
Xi.
XZ, Xi, yeah. Octopus, octopi. Stella, stele. Okay, back to the topic. All animals, like the land animals, you can basically kill to harvest meat, from the small rabbits up to the big bears. So for hunting animals, you have three options. One is by stone or rock, which only viable for rabbits. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. When you hunt rabbits, you pick up stones and then equip the stone, and then you throw at the rabbit, and then it will get stunned, and then you have to get there quick and capture the rabbit so that you can just twist their necks off. It's very graphic.
Oh yo!
Twist the necks off to kill the rabbit. For other animals, you can hunt with guns. Of course, there's guns, a rifle, and a revolver. I'm not sure whether you can hunt them with spear. I think, I haven't used the spear yet. I think you can use it. And then the third one is by fishing. Of course, there's fishing. You can fish from the lake through like specific holes. There are frozen lakes, of course, but there's a fishing holes with in a cabin in the middle of the frozen lakes that you can fish. And then also you can get hunt for processed food in buildings, so you can get sodas, chocolate bars, even MREs, military MREs for some reason. And the military MREs are like the highest calorie content food available. I think like 1500 calories. They're pretty good. Yeah, that's quite a rare item. And the food degrades.
Of
Course it is.
Of course it is. The food degrades. And for meat, it degrades quite quick. If you don't cook, let's say you get raw meat, you need to cook it quick or it will rot over time. But you can slow down the rotting by putting it outside because it's cold.
Oh yeah. I like that they use the coal.
That's some common sense logic.
Yeah, not as well as not just making the coal as a imminent threat, but it can have its uses. It has its use cases where you want coal.
Exactly. And then as for thirst, you don't have to worry too much about water because you can just melt snow. But here's the thing: when you want to boil water, you have to wait for snow to melt.
Oh.
And then I want to cook water. Okay, put it in a small can. 13 minutes until snow melt. You have to wait. And then, another 13 minutes until water boils. I'm like, God dang it. They even have the snow melting, mechanic. You can melt snow and then drink it, but it's not safe water, so you can get sick. Yeah, like 2 layers of even getting water.
Yep,
These days are pretty good.
That's a survival game, yep.
Yeah, that is survival game.
Survival game 101.
Yeah. I mean, it's busy work, but it's, how do I say this? It's busy work, but it's strangely calming. Because, like, you're doing a routine, right? Okay. Let's say you want to go adventure outside. Okay. I need to go to this tower, like, over there. Okay, I'm packing up. Okay, how many food do I have? Okay, do I have enough supplies, tools? And then, prepare. And then, is it day or is it night? Okay, go to sleep. Basically, all this planning is like quite, how do I say this? Immersive. To the point where I already play like dozens of hours right now. Very immersive. I haven't played the survival, so it's probably gonna get even better. Even better than the campaign mode I'm playing right now.
There's definitely an appeal to this sort of game where the micro planning is the gameplay and you want that. And you know what? That's why I have that's the 500 hour game that I've alluded to. I don't think I'm gonna talk about it because we probably gonna run long if we gotta go into that hole again. By the way, it's Satisfactory.
Oh,
Satisfactory is such an undersell for a name because my god, this game's so good. But yeah, instead of but that one like for the Long Dark is like managing your own survival, right? But Satisfactory is more that can you keep the factory running? Can you keep the production on? Power? Do you have enough power? Can you expand? Oh no, where's the bottleneck in the production line? Where's the problem in the supply chain? Oh no, we have a problem in the supply chain. How do we fix that? Oh no,
it's blocked. Oh no, this conveyor belt's blocked. How do I manage it? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep, and plenty of spaghetti. There are plenty of conveyor spaghetti.
Conveyor. I'm not sure whether you have watched it. Just let's game it out, Josh. Have you watched it? Did you watch the conveyor belt weave?
That's an intricate piece of art and a monstrosity.
Yeah.
After playing Satisfactory, I know that, oh yeah, that's entirely possible. And if you want to go hog wild with it, game says okay.
Is there a limit? That's the best question for Satisfactory. Is there a limit? Apparently, no.
No, the fact that I think I've played, I jumped in with this recent update, which is they call it update 5, and they basically introduced what they call hard clearance and soft clearance. Essentially, they say that hey, if it's clipping just a bit, okay, you can still do it. It's still legal, as long as it's not hard. That you don't go to hard clearance. Then you can just put spaghetti all the way. The conveyor.
No.
You can have it like go like before this. They're supposed to be like, oh, if you want to go cross floors, like going from one floor to upward or downward, the conveyor belt. Supposedly you should have like place a hole on it. But now no, you can clip it. You can have it clipped, no problem. Game says okay. But if you're the sort of person that feels bug about it because it's not aesthetically pleasing, it's still there for you to like make it properly nice and whatever. But if you just wanna go hog wild, do what you want. I have like a smorgasbord of a mess that I call a factory, and it's just floating walls and foundations because I've run out of space, and I figured better to go vertical than do horizontal expansion. So yeah, it's just a tower of spaghetti now. Later I'll show you guys my horrendous artwork. I'm very proud of it. Like the fact
it's your mangled baby, but you're still proud of it nonetheless.
Oh yeah. I've Fortnited my way across like 1 kilometer lake just to get all the resources. I'm very proud of that. Yeah, and now it's just a floating set of Fortnite buildings that makes up a bridge, sort of. But hey, the game says you can do that. Sure. Yeah, is a different kind of satisfaction lah. Satisfactory. It's like,
I mean, it's in the name.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, factory. It has to do with factories, of course, but also like gives me like a better understanding of how supply chains work. Oh, that's why the chips, the potato chips and the computer chips are in short supply. It's probably like some random raw materials that are in the back order and everything have to delay.
It's like, okay, some country got shortage of, how do I say this, phosphate, so they cannot make more fertilizer. So the crops get slower, so it disrupts the whole chain just by one thing.
The knock-on effect is like incredible. Like, oh yeah, I will look at my supply chain like, hey, why is it not? It's not like every part, every conveyor belt has a part on it. Why is it there's a gap in the production? I look back. Oh yeah, I calculated it wrong. Like the way. You need to match the rates of production, right? Okay, so you make material A go 30 out, and then it goes into slot B. It should be 30 in, so that it maintains the same input and output flow, right? The same throughput. But if you keep on branching away, like this has a lot of overflow. Let me expand this into another line, and then expand this into another line, and you quickly figure out, I spended too much. Now I have like very empty factories. Oh, okay. So that's why you need a warehouse to store stocks, so that you always have like backup when those things happen. Now I'm just making warehouses. I'm that sort of guy. Just in time, forget about it. We have to have more stocks.
You don't go JIT now.
If you do JIT, now I admire the craziness of Toyota doing just in time. That is so crazy to pull off, because one small niggle and that's the whole production jammed.
They have to really coordinate. For just in time, you have to coordinate in advance. It's not ad hoc.
No, yeah. you have to get the maths correct. Everything in the
Yeah.
throughput have to be correct. Like if you
Hmm.
like the idea of industrial engineering, Satisfactory definitely ticks that box. Like I learned a lot with that game. Like okay, I see now. Also, you pollute another weird alien planet because industrialism, hey ho. So yeah, the message is not that good, but still. Just to be clear, I know the game's good, I have fun with it, but let's just make it clear the message might not be the best one to see at this time of day. Anyway, I think we've digressed a bit.
Yeah.
Do we want to go to the news?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Okay, so we shall talk about the big blue elephant in the room. Bungie has been bought over by this one small company, Japanese company, never heard of it before. It's called Sony Entertainment.
Small time company, I think.
Yeah, small time company. Definitely doesn't have a console that's on a waiting list.
When Activision and Bungie divorced, but Bungie found a new partner. They've remarried for the second time. Remember that Bungie used to be owned by Microsoft?
Yeah.
How the tables are turned. How the turntables.
They make Halo, and then Sony wants to make Halo Killer. Now they buy a Halo Halo game maker.
Damn it. Wow, what a twist of turns. But apparently the whole deal about this is like the whole reason Bungie is getting bought is that Sony wants in the live service market to the point
So
that
they want the Destiny first.
yeah, and to the point that a good chunk of money within the acquisition is spent to retain the talents in Bungie, so the Bungo guys cannot leave Bungo because they are paid for it to stick around and share the data, share the information, share the knowledge with the rest of PlayStation Studio. Apparently, apparently it's the same sort of like Xbox buying Bethesda, Xbox buying I forgot. It's supposed the biggest purchase of all Activision Blizzard.
Activision.
In the sense that Sony is leaving Bungie separate, but still like it's not properly under PlayStation Studios, but they are still under the same hood, under the same roof, under one roof.
Like they want the trade knowledge. I mean, because how do I say? Sony's been focusing on blockbuster games for this past, like, for their whole existence. But then they want to focus on a proper live service because it makes more money, continuous money.
I mean, what's the last service game they did? Oh yeah,
that game that you played, Daniel.
Destruction All Star. It's already that too. So
that's the thing. My God, I thought that was when Destruction All Stars went isn't as a running success as they might have thought. I thought that was the writing in the wall saying, "Hey Sony, focus on your strengths lah. Don't do something else like this. You never cut out for this sort of game."
Yeah, you do AAA. That's all.
okay, fine, we'll buy.
We'll buy our way through. Why? Microsoft buy their way through. We can do that too. Oh God damn it! Violence, violence, as some may say. But in the end, it has to be this way.
I mean, it's a dick measuring contest at this point.
Standing here, I realize. Yeah, speaking of Metal Gear Rising, there's another company that's also diverting into the live service.
What is it?
Yeah, PlatinumGames. I mean, Babylon's Fall is already like a sign. It's a live service action title.
Yep.
Which I'm not afraid to say that it looks. I don't know. What are they doing actually with that? They are now like making a game for Square Enix that's based on the weird ass era of gladiators and all. And now, and now they're about to release the game. Like the game's about to come out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what's Hideki Kamiya doing nowadays? I don't know.
Nothing. Throwing money.
Oh, he has a project. It's either Bayonetta 3, still not out yet,
Mm-hmm.
and that one kaiju game that they've teased. I forgot the name, but they are working on multiple projects.
Oh.
And the worrying part is that now that there's a recent interview with Famitsu saying that that PlatinumGames are now like thinking more about making live service games that can last longer rather than like pump out all the action games that they can. That's they're going that route, huh?
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's an idea for PlatinumGames. Bring back the name Scalebound, pivot to live service, customizable dragons. Let's go.
You said that, and now PlatinumGames is also like screaming their truths out, saying, "Papa Phil, we want that Scalebound IP, please." No, like
I'm not sure if they will release it.
like literally, they are like there is a statement like they want Scalebound back. Like, okay, okay.
I mean, the most like the best thing they could do is like pivoting instead of continuing from old concept. I don't know.
Now that's the thing. You know what PlatinumGames does best?
I don't know.
Action games, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think Burhan did a good job at showing the sales of all the past Platinum games, and action games are not that popular. If you haven't noticed, like pure action games, action games where button presses are good and difficulty is sort of expected. So you have an easy mode, but people want it for the difficulty and for the bonkers shit that happened in a Platinum game. Press A, mash A to protect Earth.
That's event.
That's the sort of bonkers Platinum Games are known to make. And you know what? Those games don't sell, unfortunately enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like that game I mentioned is Wonderful 101. I think that's barely 100,000 units.
Oh, that's
pain. Yeah, that's pain.
And I'm not sure if it is counting the recent re-release, because I know the Wii U version, the original one, was a fluke. It didn't sell well at all, which is why it was in limbo for quite a while. Nobody played, probably because of Wii U, but still, like some of the most successful games, I guess Nier Automata is like cracking 6 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's an exception. Metal Gear Rising did well as well. Probably helped probably there's an uptick right now because everybody is like quoting the same meme over again, the DNA of the soul. That's around 1 million or something. Like, okay. But yeah, Platinum Platinum Games doesn't sell well. They have made action games for a long while, and it just it isn't worth it for them anymore. I guess that's why they are pivoting to live service, which is, it's sad but also understandable.
Part of me wants to see how Babylon Fall plays and how its monetization goes first before I can make a judgment on if it's a good call or bad call. But that's just me lah.
Yeah, like the world wasn't ready for Vanquish. I mentioned it earlier, right? Vanquish was weird. If you haven't known, Vanquish is a third-person cover shooter, but it's played like an action game. Like, it's just weird. I still haven't wrapped my head around how to play it properly. But if you know how to play it, it is fantastically awesome and over the top. But it's just so weird and out of the left field. Like, nobody play it. It's sad seeing that the only way to go is live service, but that's the market, man. Ah, I don't know. Do you guys like live service games?
I
In
mean,
general.
I grow to dislike live service games in general right now. I don't know why. Not dislike. I mean, I grow tired.
Fallout 76 months.
Good card. I'm still logging into Forza Horizon 5, but
That's the thing. Yeah,
but that's the thing. I'm logging it for the sake of logging in, just to do
Yeah.
the quote unquote the dailies, the
the
weekly
weeklies.
events, the weeklies, and then be off with it. I play it for ticking a checklist rather than I want to try new car.
Yeah, true.
I feel like I have to go on a treadmill and do exercise, and the exercise is not fun and probably not that beneficial to me, but I have to do it because I have already invested so much time into it.
Mhm.
Like, oh man.
I mean, everyone reached some plateau in live service games eventually.
Yeah, like I don't think, like, for me, I won't be a hobby, what do you call it, a hobby gamer or something, like there's a word when people play Destiny a lot.
Lifestyle game.
Lifestyle game.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is from I heard it from Skill Up. Yeah, lifestyle games.
yeah, I don't do lifestyle games. I'm the sort of guy that plays different games from month to month and jump around on it. Like but when that game is become like the daily thing, you keep on seeing over and over, the luster of it like wanes out. Which is sad, considering like Platinum never loses its luster. PlatinumGames, but if they're gonna do live services, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Destiny is pretty. Like, the visuals are good, but yeah, if you play it every day, you're gonna get sick.
I know you, man.
I played Warframe for years. I'm pretty sick of it. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, and the mechanics are awesome and stuff, but you're gonna get sick of it.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe we're just not the kind of people who are lifestyle gamers. I really want to like see people to talk to people who do lifestyle gaming, who could like for me back then, like a couple of years back, I thought people who were playing Dota every day is crazy. Like, why do you subjugate torture to yourself that much? But that's a thing. That's a big thing. And
Yeah, it's specific demographics that do that. They're willing to invest, I put it in quotes, thousands of hours playing League, playing Dota.
Okay, as long as the invest is in time and not in money, okay.
Yeah, true.
The invest in money is not like, oh no. Like I'm not saying don't pay,
we
don't
have
buy.
Genshin now. Oh my god.
Genshin.
Yeah, there's another investment.
There's another lifestyle game. I mean, it's also anime based, so the fans are like next level unhinged as compared to other live service game.
Yeah. They have interesting bunch.
Genshin gamers are an interesting bunch.
Careful with what you tweet. Man, like that. But the truth is, there is a big demographic that do that kind of thing, and we are the outliers.
Mm-hmm.
We're not like too sure. Like for us, I guess see more live services is probably gonna suck. But if it's gonna keep more those talented people working at companies like PlatinumGames still having their jobs and still have some people who appreciate their work in that way, by all means. I'm just sad.
I mean, okay, like putting a car industry analogy here. People are angry that brands pivoting to SUVs, but SUVs make money.
That's the thing. Yep.
It's like Lamborghini making rules. Of course, okay, why is Lamborghini making SUV? But people buy SUV so that they can have money to make all these outrageous V12s. So why not?
Hopefully, PlatinumGames get to make their V12s alongside their sustainable source of money. I would like to still see like the weird, over-the-top games that they put out just because they can. That probably like a very smidgen of the video game market is being taken. That people are care about it, but it's still there so that I can show it to someone and make it a meme. Because everybody just said, what the hell, they made that kind of game? What? Yeah, they made Revenges like what? Almost 10 years ago? 9 years ago. People are not just just rediscovering Metal Gear Rising Revenges, and it's bonkers. Yeah, now people are questioning, is it Revenges? Is it actually a real word? Yeah, we have that conversation long ago. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, Revenges is a weird word.
Yeah, revenge. Oh yeah,
revenge.
That's weird.
Vengeance. They make a portmanteau for it because I don't know, because I can't say because Kojima doesn't have.
It's a Japanese thing. It's a Japanese thing.
Let's just put it there.
It's like Final Fantasy integrate.
Yep.
But they just happen to found that word. That's why.
Now that's a pretty good meme. Exquisite.
Okay,
let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
On that note,
yeah. In the other side of the spectrum, Google is de-emphasizing their very interesting live streaming brand Stadia to push their new Google Stream product.
Yeah, okay. Google Stream is basically white label Stadia, so B2B instead of B2C.
Okay, define white label. I like to hear this definition.
Okay, in manufacturing or whatever, white label is when you produce something without your own brand, and you get other. Let's say you want to make your own. How do I say this? Make your own phone. So you can, hey, white label phone company, can you make something and then put my brand on it?
Okay.
So the Tesco detergents.
Yeah, the Tesco detergents there.
The Maiden Roti Canai.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So there's the manufacturer of frozen Roti Canai. They say, hey, Maiden call, hey, can you make Roti Canai but put Maiden brand? So yeah, that's white label. That's what it means.
I think even gaming laptops are there, like the
like Clevo,
Clevo.
electronics, electronics, especially gaming laptops, it's pretty prevalent. So instead of Stadia, Stadia is for us like usual end customers, right? But for Google Stream, they white label to other companies that want to, let's say, make game streaming. Let's say their own IP. For example, Warner Brothers, they have their Batman game franchise.
Yeah.
So they maybe, included with our subscription is Batman Arkham Knight that you can stream, so to speak. Yeah. So they utilize Google infrastructure for that instead of building their own.
Yeah.
That's one example.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And there's another one. Have you heard of Peloton? The
company.
The company. I believe they are with Google Stream to make like a cycling game, so to speak, but it's stream.
Oh yeah, the one where you connect your bike. Yeah.
Connect your bike. Yeah. Basically, like by cycling esports.
Cycling esports.
You say that, but there is a cycling esports.
Yeah. I
There
mean,
is-
that's basically, but it's not
Yeah.
esports. Like, they're its own game, but you play on your like stationary bicycle. So integrating between these two.
Yeah.
Was it part of the Olympics as well? The Olympic virtual thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But basically, don't call it a video game. Call it a cycling sim.
Cycling sim, cycling sim, yes.
basically the same hoity-toity racing sim guy people.
Yeah.
Not a
Any-
video game, a sim.
A sim, yeah. And instead of making dedicated, let's say, infrastructure or making the bike themselves capable of playing games. Oh no, playing simulations. They just stream it from the internet using Google Infra.
And you
Yeah.
know what?
Mhm.
This feels like what the technology has supposed to be from day
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It
I
should
mean-
have been this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The server farms, man. Google has server farms all over the world.
Yeah. I mean, even from day one, people sort of already question, why are you marketing this to, let's say, us, the end consumers? This is prime material for white labeling when it comes to game streaming. And yeah, they pivot to like B2B. They push it to other businesses instead of us. So which is, what they should have done it since day one.
The undertaking to become a whole new platform in the console war, despite them not having a console, but besides the point, is quite the undertaking. And they tried their best having a first party studio, get the right, I wouldn't say right personnel, but they got the personnel nonetheless. And they are
But,
trying
yeah.
to be part of the gaming industry, but cannot lah. You don't have enough.
I mean, the writing on the wall when they first announced the thing, they literally in their hall of video game innovation, it was the ZF Spectrum, the Vectrex, and the Dreamcast outside of the hall where they announced Stadia.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
writing on the wall.
I mean, the only thing you can put it besides those displays would be just a Stadia controller. So at least they have like less embarrassment.
Look at all of these losers.
They could put a box on there. So yeah, here's the controller. Whatever.
Yeah, the thing, okay, Google Stadia, especially when it comes to them building their own first party, their biggest mistake is equating gaming with Silicon Valley.
Yep.
Silicon Valley culture is agile. You don't do agile in games. No. I mean, as in like developing like, okay, software you can have hackathon like games, hackathon software and it will work. You can have game jam, but it's not something you want to do as like for your own commercial stuff. And especially when building team. Even pre-production can take years, but they want 1 year. Okay, no, it doesn't work that way.
Oh yeah, if they're gonna build AAA games, pre-production 1 year, then the long production like 3 to 4 years, hoping that everything goes into clear. It's a very rigid process, but it has to be rigid because of plenty of reasons.
Yeah, you don't do that kind of agile in gaming industry. Even most of the games after, let's say, pre-production for like 3-4 years, then they announce. Instead of, we want to make this game, let's announce. No. It's usually, it's already something like 15-20%. Okay, this has high chance for us to publish. Then we announce.
Yeah, a lot of their metrics that they judge the Stadia team were more Silicon Valley rather than video game industry level. So, of course, they cannot make through all the metrics and thus being cut off to become this white label product. But yeah. At least I guess there is a future for cloud gaming. There is still a use for it, right? It's just like... It shouldn't be we buy games from the cloud. I think that's a big no-no these days.
I think also they were a bit early, like a year too early, because now Xbox is pushing Xbox, PlayStation are pushing cloud gaming as well.
So I think another one of their mistake is they don't have you buy games, you don't.
Yeah, you buy games because now is the age of Game Pass. Like you can just literally like for $10 you can have like all the games you want.
I think that they are a bit how do I say? They are too early, or is it too late? As in,
You both.
yeah, they are too late because we already have xCloud.
Yes.
And like Sony, like PlayStation.
Yes, now, yeah.
Yes, now, yeah. Which is subscription to play games instead of buying each games. And also like too early because for some reason, I don't know why. They're both too early and too late. They're just the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, definitely. The room was read incorrectly. They have the tech. I think that nobody is gonna question Stadia's tech. I think people have seen it in action, and
they can do it.
It is somehow possible in the countries that support that kind of internet connection and infrastructure, but it is possible these days.
It's just Google culture. That they're too stuck on Google culture to foresee Stadia having success.
Yeah.
That's why. So they had to pivot to Google Stream, white labeling instead. Yeah, it's just fine. I mean, it's not like they built specific infrastructure for Google Stadia. They just use, we're gonna use Google Cloud platform. Just added software on top of it. Yeah. They're not losing a lot. It's still their own infra anyway. They can just, repurpose for GCP, whatever.
It's always fascinating to see these big tech companies trying to make a name in the video game industry. Amazon is still like, I'm not sure. They are still not sure what to do with their video games. They only have one good game.
And even then, you don't hear about it anymore.
The hype died down, right?
Yeah.
And then Apple is doing Apple things with their own subscription.
Are they doing a console?
Are they?
There is rumors saying that they want to make a console because they have the ex-engineer of Xbox joining the team.
Okay, the closest thing they're gonna make console is Apple TV as with console software.
Apple Arcade. Yeah, just integrate Apple Arcade into Apple TV.
Yeah,
because
they got a market for arcade. People are buying subs.
Apple is not on gaming. They are not interested in gaming. The games on the App Store, because they're just software. They're just apps. Instead of, I'm gonna have fun playing games, so it's just a leisure apps. That's all they think about it.
You know what? I rather see Apple's strategy here make it be more successful in the terms of, we are doing this as a side gig. If it takes off, it takes off. We're not trying to barge in and say, hello, howdy doody gamers. We are here to take your money. No. They're just doing their own thing. And if gamers think it's cool, we go there. I think that's the better way.
Because Apple hates, how do I say this? Backtracking and apologizing. That's the one thing they hate the most.
Yeah, they're too stubborn to apologize through. That they are like that. Goddamn it! Now
they're too proud.
That as well. You remind me why I don't buy Apple stuff these days. And every time I see there will be rounds on the YouTube where okay, skip F5 again. Okay, the ads gone. Cool. I only just see a few seconds of those ads, and every time I'm mocked. And I guess that wraps up the podcast.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna talk about that the big ass game that's coming out in like 2020 to 2024. By the Orange Company.
Wait, what?
That recent announcement about GTA 6.
Oh no.
What
Nah.
else to say? They just confirm it. Life goes on.
They just confirm it in a small text within the hype train of that is GTA in E. So yeah, that's how much we care.
They just say that so that investors can say, see, we are pivoting. We have something that will make more money than whatever the trash fire that we released last time with little to no development time. Please hold on. We still
We
want
have
your
something in the
money.
oven.
Don't worry,
Yeah, something
we are making new stuff. Don't worry, forget about it. Forget about the old stuff. We're making a new one. Can we see it? No.
No.
But we promise.
Yeah, we promise.
Make it something.
Aurora Borealis. So what's on the thumbnail?
A generic ass video game.
White label video game.
I never video game.
What level? Acme video games. Yeah.
What again?
Huh?
What did you say?
Acme video game.
Oh,
ACME.
Acme. Okay, Acme video games. Alright.
That's better.
The reference.
A video game box with the white label but the top says Acme. Insert game name here. Anything else?
I don't know. A moose, a bear.
A moose, a bear, a Sifu, and some shooting.
Some generic army man.
Generic army.
Oh no. Put a Tim Hortons coffee.
Ah.
A cup of Tim Hortons.
Next to your Acme branded video game. Cool. So yeah, social links, Daniel. Where can we find you?
You can follow me on Twitter. That is twitter.com/FL4KY. I have a review. Well, 2 reviews actually coming. And that is the game that I just talked about like a few minutes ago, that is Crossfire X. And the video game that is very popular called a Sony title, which I don't want to reveal until it's revealed it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. It's not an embargo or anything. I just don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Anan?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. Twitter.com/dropnear. DR4UPN1R. DR4UPN1R. And I don't have anything in the pipeline, but just a statement. I started playing Skyrim. Oh god, why? And I understand the hype. I got the Skyrim bug. But yeah.
Oh, that's a teaser.
No.
That's a teaser for next episode then.
Another one in the hole.
We are all in some kind of hole in some form.
Yeah. And the only thing that stopped me from playing Skyrim recently is the long dark. So yeah. I'm gonna play Skyrim again. Continue again. Yeah, for the next episode. Right?
And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, Mekronos. Find me with that name on Twitter. A review of OlliOlli World has been released last week. A few days back. We got the early access, and thanks to Private Division for that. It's kind of good. Sifu, I'm not sure if I can review it or not. Depends on how far I can go with it. Or otherwise, I'll have a rant feature, I guess. Sifu still great, by the way. Just not for everyone. Yeah, and that's it for now. That's dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And
stay away from parasocial relationship.
Yeah. It's bad for your soul.
Yeah. In advance of current events, please, another reminder. Don't expect too much. Because apparently the idol culture has been seeping into Western world now. God dang it.
Simple responsibly. Don't say the bad.